Hello, hello, and welcome back to Fate Stay Night. There is a reason I'm starting off on this screen in particular. It is because it leads us to the next route. So, I do have to reenact the scene a bit. She moves faster than expected. The girl in knight's armor leaps out of the shed without hesitation. What? I forgot about the pain I feel. I get up to follow her. She can't possibly go up against that guy. No matter how heavily armored she is, she's smaller than I am. Stop. The echoing clang draws out my words. I can't believe what I'm saying. My head really does go blank this time. Who the hell is she? The clash of swords echoes around me. The moon slips behind the clouds, and the yard grows dark once again, and within the darkness sparks fly, steel strikes steel. Without saying a word, the spear-wielding man meets the girl who leaped from the shed. She parries his spear, knocks away his other successive attacks, driving him back with each attack. I can't believe it. This girl saber is somehow overpowering the man. The battle has begun. What happened between that man and I earlier doesn't even count as a battle. Battle, that's a fight between two people who are able to kill each other. No matter the difference in ability, it can still be called a battle for one. Both are able to kill the other. In that sense, these two are fighting a battle. The man attacks, but swinging his spear so quickly I can't even see his strikes, but somehow he parries his every attack perfectly with something as she goes in on him. The man backs up slightly, clicking his tongue. He holds his spear vertically to ward off her attacks on his side. For a moment his spear glows. His attack almost looks like it caused an explosion. The man's spear sparks as if electrified each time whatever weapon the girl is wielding strikes him. The man and I both can tell what it is. Its furious magical energy, so dense it can actually be seen. Her attacks are charged with incredible amounts of magical energy. The unbelievable amount of magical energy crackles along her opponent's weapon every time they make contact. The sheer force of her attacks must be staggering. If the man's spear strikes are precise like a sniper rifle, blows must be like the overpowering blast of a shotgun. Each of the girls' attacks bathes the yard in flickering light, and yet, that's not what overpowering the match. The man curses at the girl as he evades her unrelenting attacks. She doesn't respond other than step up her attacks with her invisible weapon. The man retreats, having hardly so much as a chance to counterattack. The weapon is invisible. Without being able to determine the weapon's range, it'll be reckless to go in for an attack. That's the trouble with an invisible weapon, but she's definitely got something in her hand, but I can't make out anything of its shape or length. Maybe it's transparent to begin with, no matter how many times sparks fly from it. I never get a look at the weapon's profile. Parrying her strikes must be taking a lot out of the man. His movements aren't as sharp as they had been. The first sound the girl makes, she attacks all the more furiously. It's a merciless, unyielding dance of blades. The flying sparks remind me of a blacksmith striking iron, and the spear-wielding man continues defending himself. He disapprovingly clicks his tongue. Honestly, I can't help but to admire the man, even though he tried to kill me. He's able to defend himself from an invisible weapon, relying only on reading the girl's swings and footwork. But that's all he can do. When an opponent is so completely on defense, the only thing you need to do is beat them down. The girl steps in closer. She smashes down, striking with all her might. Seeing his chance, the man disappears, or rather he retreats back as if to disappear. The girl's swing cuts through the air and smashes into the ground, kicking up dust. Her massive swing, which seemed to be a fatal blow against the cornered spearman, proved easy to dodge. That fool! What was she thinking? Even I could tell what happened, even at this distance. Her careful, precise attacks surely may have worn the man down, but the tremendous swing meant to deal the finishing blow wouldn't ever touch him. The relentless attacks must have put incredible strain on the man's body as he tried to defend himself, yet he suppressed the pain for a single moment to jump away. He knew that our last attack would determine the victor. The man jumps back several meters and comes in to strike once again the moment his feet touch the ground. He jumps in a triangular pattern and leaps towards the girl as if revisiting his steps. The girl's sword is still embedded in the ground. It's a fatal opening. The red spear returns in less than a second. The girl twists her body around like a top, while her sword is still embedded in the ground. The whole thing happens in a matter of seconds. The man sees his mistake and tries to correct, as the girl uses this brief moment to use her whole body to attack. Both the man and the girl seem unsatisfied, though. Both struck, intending to go. Both survived, so everything leading up to this moment was in vain. The two open a bit of a distance between themselves. They both just quietly stare at each other. The strain the battle inflicted on them seems to be too much.
私が行くが。
わざわざ死にに来るか。それは構わんが、その前に一つだけ聞かせろ。貴様の宝具、それは剣か。
He phrases his question so bluntly. He glares as if trying to look through her.
さあどうかな。旋風かもしれぬし、双剣かもしれぬ。いや、もしや弓かもしれんぞ、ランサー。
抜かせセイバー。
Somehow this conversation seems to be amusing him. The man called Lancer briefly lowers his spear. It looks as if he's saying he doesn't want to fight anymore. The girl seems puzzled by Lancer's move, but I know what his stance means. I remember the fight at school a few hours ago. It's the killing move that was supposed to have ended the
つい
battle.
でにもう一つ聞くがな。お互い初見だしよ。ここらで分けって気はないか。悪い話じゃないだろう。そら、あそこでほうけているお前のマスターは使い物にならんし、俺のマスターとて姿を晒せねえ大ふぬけときた。ここはお互い万全の状態になるまで勝負を持ち越した方が好ましいんだが。
断る。あなたはここで倒れろ、ランサー。
そうかよ。ったく、こっちはもともと様子見が目的だったんだぜ。サーバントが出たとあっちゃ長居する気はなかったんだが。
They outwave us. Their surroundings appear to distort. Lancer lowers his stance. A chill creeps into the air. The same thing happened earlier. Magical energy rumbles as it forms a vortex at the tip of the spear.
ホーグ。
The girl readies her weapon and glares at her enemy. I don't need to speak up. She knows very well how dangerous the enemy is. She is the one confronting him.
じゃあな、その心臓もらい受ける。
The beast kicks the ground. Lancer appears in front of the girl so quickly he may as well have teleported. He takes his spear and aims at her feet. Even to me, that seems like a poor choice. I can't see any way an attack would be effective with the spear pointed at the ground in front of her feet. Apparently thinking the same, the girl leaps over the spear toward Lancer, intent on striking him down. But at that moment, his words alone radiate immense magical energy. The spear released from below angles towards the girl's heart. Her body hangs in the air. The blow sends her flying in a wide arc. She smashes heavily into the ground. She's bleeding. She had been unscathed until now, but her heart is pierced and she is bleeding profusely. I'm just as bewildered, but watching from afar may have given me a better perspective on how bizarre the attack was. The spear had been aimed at her feet, I'm sure of that, but then it just changed direction, moving and stretching impossibly to pierce the girl's heart, and yet the spear itself neither stretched nor changed direction. It seemed bizarrely as if the spear had been thrust into her chest from the beginning, almost naturally. It wasn't as simple as the spear changing its trajectory and piercing the heart. The spear didn't change course, it had altered truth itself to make that happen. The moment he spoke those words and released his spear, the intent of piercing her heart had been realized. Essentially, his attack reversed cause and effect. The result of the attack piercing the victim's heart is predetermined, so the spear's trajectory is merely an afterthought to establish the facts. It's a demonic splinter that breaks through all defenses. The moment it determines the target, the spear pierces the heart every time it's used, without exception. How can anyone defend against such a completely insane attack? No matter what effort the target makes to evade, the spear will always pierce their heart, which makes it fatal, an accursed spear that always pierces the opponent when used. However, the girl evades by a hairbreadth. The spear did not penetrate her, but it didn't hit anything vital. Her actions in evading the spear seemed even more impossible than the spear itself. The moment the spear was thrust, the girl turned in reverse direction with an incredible effort of will and strength, as if she knew what was going to happen. She was either incredibly lucky or had just enough protection to dampen the spear's curse. Whatever it is, the girl manages to avoid the fatal blow and so survives Lancer's ultimate attack. The girl tries to get her labored breathing under control. Although she had been losing a lot of it, blood stopped seeping from her wound, and even the wound itself is closing up. So this is what a truly extraordinary person can do. I knew she wasn't normal, but she is more than outstanding. In terms of her skills in the fight against Lancer, in terms of the incredible amount of magical energy used for every attack, her body recovering on its own, she is obviously superior to Lancer. but that's only up until now. She may be healing even now, but her wounds are deep. If Lancer attacks now, she won't be able to defend herself. And yet, even though he's at an overwhelming disadvantage, Lancer doesn't move. He audibly grinds his teeth, and he glares at the girl.
かわしたな、セイバー。我が必殺のゲイボルクを。
His voice seems to rumble up from the ground itself.
ゲイボルク。オウミはアイルランドの光の巫女か。
Lancer's expression darkens. His hostility dissipates, and he clicks his tongue in annoyance.
ドジったぜ。こいつを出すからには必殺でなけりゃやばいってのにな。まったく。有名すぎるのも考えものだ。
The oppressive mood lightens. Lancer no longer seems to have any intent of attacking the wounded girl. He turns his back as he walks to the corner of the yard.
己の正体を知られた以上、どちらかが消えるまでやり合うのがサーバントのセオリーだが、あいにくうちの雇い主は臆病者でな。槍が交わされたのなら帰ってこい、なんて抜かしやがる。
逃げるのか、ランサー。
ああ、追ってくるのなら構わんぞ、セイバー。ただし、その時は決死の覚悟を抱いてこい。
He lightly bounces off the ground. It's a wonder how agile he can still be, but Lancer jumps effortlessly over the fence and disappears before anyone can stop him.
待て、ランサー。
The injured young girl turns and starts running in pursuit. You've got to be kidding me! I cross the yard as fast as I can. If I don't stop her, she'll go after him and maybe get herself killed. It turns out I don't need to chase after her. She tries to jump over the wall, but the moment she crouches to jump, she doubles over and grabs her chest. I hurry over to check on her. Well, I intended to just approach and call out to her, but that went right out the window the moment I got near. She is completely unbelievable. The shining silver armor she wears looks extremely heavy. The clothing she's wearing, dated as it is a bright, vivid blue. I've never seen anything like it. No, her clothes are not really enthralls me. She is absolutely beautiful. Her golden hair, illuminated by the moonlight, is extremely fine as spun gold. Her face is graceful with a trace of innocence, and her smooth white skin all but glows in the moonlight. I'm speechless. Her beauty completely takes my breath away. How did this happen? Seeing a girl wounded in a fight made me absolutely furious. As I stand there gawking, the girl remains silent, her hand clamped over her chest. I managed to quit staring pretty quickly. She lifts her head and lets her hand fall from her chest, her pain seeming to have eased. She looked directly at me. I don't know quite how to respond to that gaze, but then I noticed something. Your wound's gone? The spear missed her heart, but it did pierce her chest, yet there's no outward sign of a wound. I heard there's a kind of healing matriarch, but she didn't seem to use anything like that. That must mean she can heal herself no matter how wounded she is. My mind switches gears. I shouldn't be gawking her. This girl is unbelievable, and I absolutely should not let my guard down around her until I know who she is and what's going on. Who the hell are you? I take half a step back as I ask the question.
何者も何もセーバーのサーバントです。あなたが私を呼び出したのですから、確認をするまでもないでしょう。
Saber? Servant?
はい。ですから私のことはセーバーと。
She says it so casually. There's a touch of contempt in her tone, but it remains mostly gentle, and hearing her voice makes my head go blank. What? Why the hell am I getting agitated? See, that's a weird name. I cover my burning face with a hand and respond stupidly, but I honestly don't know what else to say. Besides, how else would she respond when I just ask her what the hell she is? It'd be rude for me to not respond. I'm Shiro. My name is Emiya Shiro, and I live here. There's something wrong with me. I'm saying the dumbest things. Well, she did give me her name. It's only polite that I give mine. I know I'm confused, but it's still important to remain rational no matter who I'm dealing with. The girl, Saber, just keeps watching me in my confusion. She moves not an inch. Forget all that. That's not what I was asking. It's that...
あなたは正規のマスターではないのですね。しかし、それでもあなたは私のマスターです。契約を交わした以上、あなたを裏切りはしない。そのように警戒する必要はありません。
Crap. I hear her, but I couldn't be more lost. The only thing standing out to me is he keeps referring to me as Master. You got it wrong. My name's not Master.
それでは素人。ええ。私としては、この発音の方が好ましい。
The moment she said my name, I thought my face might actually burst into flames. Isn't it a bit more normal to call someone by their last name when you first meet? Wait, why would you choose to trust me that... Ah! A strange sensation tingles in my left hand. It's hot. The back of my hand is burning. A strange pattern appears on the back of my left hand like a tattoo. What?
それは霊樹と呼ばれるものです、シロ。私たちサーバントを律する3つの命令権であり、マスターとしての命でもある。むやみな使用は避けるように。
You?
シロ、傷の治療を。
Her tone is cold now. It seems she's not focused on me, but something else. But I just be sorry, but I don't know how to use complicated mage stuff like that. And you're already healed anyway. Saber frowns. I feel like I've said something that disappointed her.
ではこのままで臨みます。自動修復は外面を覆っただけですが、あと一度の戦闘ならば支障はないでしょう。
One more battle? What do you mean?
外の敵は2人。この程度の重圧なら数秒で倒し得る相手です。
Saber leaps over the wall effortlessly. Just like glances, she makes it look easy. And now I'm just alone in the yard. Enemies outside? I realize what she means as soon as I say it. What, are you gonna keep fighting? I move without thinking. I run as fast as I can toward the gate. I reach the gate, unlock it with trembling fingers, and jump out. Saber, are you here? I strain to see in the darkness. Clouds have completely obscured me, and leaving it pitch dark now of all times. But I hear something nearby. There! I run to an empty pathway. It happens all in an instant. I see a familiar man in red and Saber fighting. Saber rushes and breaks through his guard in a single sweep. Alright. Okay. This is the start of the new content, because that was not originally there. So, Don't Stop would lead right back to where we went to the first time. Stop is where we go to the new stuff. What? It happens in an instant. The man in the red coat appears in front of Saber. Saber attacks and he loses his balance. I see her preparing the finishing blow. Behind that, I'm sure I know the person the man in red is protecting. Wait. I reach toward her with my left hand, cry out. I have no idea who that man in red is, but after defeating him, I'm sure Saber will attack the person behind him without hesitating. I can't let that happen. I can't let Saber hurt her. Saber, stop! Already? A slight but noticeable pain tingles the back of my left hand. One of the marks there fades away, as if in exchange for that. Saber holds her attack, though it shouldn't have been possible for her to do so by that point. For an instant, the sail of her armor comes to a halt, as if frozen to stone. The man in red takes advantage of the opening and makes his escape. That guy, I'm sure of it. He's the one who was fighting Lancer. That means the girl behind him is... I don't really want to believe it, but is it really?
正気ですか、シロ。今なら確実にアーチャーとそのマスターを倒せた。だというのに、レイジを使ってまでその機会を逃すとは。
Well, what am I supposed to do? I can barely process the situation. I stopped Saber because I don't want her to kill the...
マスター、指示を撤回してください。あなたがそのような態度では、倒せる相手も倒せなくなる。
Saber readies her weapon again. See, before her stands the man in red. I prevented her from defeating. No, just stop. Saber, to be honest, I have no idea what's going on, but you're trying to kill someone I know, and I can't let you do that.
何を言うのです。彼女はアーチャーのマスターだ。私たちの敵なのですから、ここで仕留めておかなければ。
Enemy? She and the man in red are enemies? I don't care about that. For a start, you're calling me master. I have no idea what that even means. If you're gonna call me that, you should at least explain it to me.
それはそうですが、しかし。
Then.
つまりそういうことなわけね。素人のマスターさん。
Rin's tone is mockingly polite. I turn around to see the man in red and a girl in a uniform push her way to the front. I take a moment to catch my breath, so I wasn't seeing things. It is Tasaka Rin who was with the man in red. Tasaka Rin. How do I put this? Even I can tell the man behind her isn't human. Like Saber, he is not of this world. Then, if Tasaka's bringing him around, she's also...
何？私のこと知ってるんだ。なんだ、なら話は早いわよね。とりあえず、こんばんは、レミヤ君。
I don't know what her intentions are. Tasaka greeted me with a bright smile. This is troubling. Her incredibly casual greeting makes it seem like all this craziness isn't real, and I find myself wanting to return the greeting. Are you serious? This isn't time for greeting. Tasaka, you're...
ええ、あなたと同じマスターよ。つまりは魔術師ってことになるわね。お互い似たようなものだし、隠す必要はないでしょ。
A mage? You're a mage, Tasaka? Oh, crap. I don't know why, but Tasaka... She looks really, really irritated. Oh, that's not what I meant to say.
そう、納得いったわ。要するにそういうことなわけね、あなた。
Tasaka glances at us and turns back to the man behind her.
あーちゃん、 悪いけどしばらく霊体になっててもらえる？私ちょっと頭にきたから。
それは構わないが、頭にきたとはどういう意味だ？
What do you mean by pissed?
言葉通りよ。荒井瀬に現状を思い知らせてやらないと気が済まなくなったの。それまであなたの出番はないから消えていて。あなたがいたらセイバーだって剣を収められないでしょ。
また難儀なこと。命令とあらば従うだけだが、一つ忠告すると、君は余分なことをしようとしているぞ。
The man just disappears like some kind of illusion. Tasaka, that was...
いいから話は中でしましょう。どうせ何も分かってないでしょ、レミヤ君は。安心して。嫌だって言っても全部教えてあげるから。
Tasaka is completely nonchalant as she heads for the gates. Wait, Tasaka, what do you I stop her with that thing, and then Tasaka turns around, her smile is different from before.
バカね、いろいろ考えてるわよ。だから話をしようって言ってるんじゃない。レミヤ君、突然の事態に驚くのもいいけど、素直に認めないと命取りって時もあるのよ。ちなみに今がその時だって分かって。分かればよろしい。それじゃあ行こっか、エミヤ君のお家にね。見逃してもらったお礼にあなたのマスターにいろいろ教えてあげるんだから。
いいでしょう。何のつもりかは知りませんが、あなたがマスターの助けになる限りは控えます。
Tasaka goes through the gates. She's really pissed. I don't know why. Really have no idea why, but still, she's completely different from when she's at school. This night just keeps getting stranger. In front of me, leading the way, is the school's golden child, Tasaka. Even I admire her. Following silent behind me is Saber, the blonde girl who calls herself a servant. Oh. The hallway suddenly feels like it's in another dimension, but I can't be a coward forever. I may be an amateur, but I'm still a mage. Tasaka, a mage like me, is perfectly confident, so I can't be any less so, or she'll look down on me. That said, I can only make sense of a handful of things. First, about Saber. She's clearly some kind of familiar since she calls me master, and I made a contract with her. I've heard that a familiar serves as a kind of assistant to mages. Usually mages transplant a part of their body into something, then has the other stuff that process creates servant. The familiar is simply intended to assist a mage in whatever they do. To minimize the burden the familiar creates small animals that require minimal magical energy, usually the most suitable for that role. So I was taught at any rate, but...
何かあるのですか、シロ?
Oh no, it's nothing. Saber looks completely human. More than that, though, she's clearly superior to me, her master in every way. I don't have enough magical energy to bind a regular person, much less the magic circuits to use a familiar. So Saber must be something similar to a familiar. There have to be differences. She called herself a servant. I'm not sure what that is, but I get the sense that guy Lance and the man in red with Tasaka must be the same thing as well. Saber is also calling Tasaka a master. I guess that means mages who have servants are called master. Apparently Tasaka's a mage too, but I have no way of telling what she really is. The Emiya family had stopped size that came to this town in my old man's generation. That's why I don't know Tasaka. That's why I didn't know Tasaka was a mage, and I'm sure Tasaka didn't know I've been learning magecraft either. There's several mages in this town that I don't know about. If Lancer and the other mages' servants are familiars, does that mean I've stumbled into a conflict between mages?
結構広いのね。和風っていうのも新鮮だな。ああ、エミヤ君、そこが今?
Tasaka continues talking as she heads into the living room. I need to stop overthinking this. We head into the living room so I can hear what Tasaka has to say. I turn on the light. According to the clock, it's already past 1 a.m.
何よ、窓ガラス全開してるじゃない。
I couldn't help it. That Lancer guy attacked me. I was a little too busy trying to stay alive to worry about that kind of thing.
ああ、そういうこと。じゃあ、セイバーを呼び出すまで一人であいつとやり合ってたの?
No, he just beat me up.
変な見え張らないんだ。そっかそっか。ほんと見た目通りなんだ、エミヤ君って。
She seems pleased for some reason as she walks over to the broken window. Tasaka takes a piece of shattered glass in her hand. She examines it for a bit and...
Minuten vor Schweißen.
She cuts the tip of her finger and lets a drop of her blood drip onto the shard of glass. What the? What kind of magecraft is that? The shattered pieces of the window reform into a complete hole right in front of me. Tasaka, that was...
ちょっとしたデモンストレーションよ。助けてもらったお礼にはならないけど、一応筋は通しておかないとね。もう私がやらなくともそっちで直したんだろうけど、こんなの魔力の無駄遣いでしょ。本当なら窓ガラスなんて取り替えれば済むけど、こんな寒い中で話すのもなんだし。
Tasaka says all of this as if it were normal. Needless to say, her skills are beyond my comprehension. Now that's amazing, Tasaka. I can't do anything like that, so I appreciate it.
できないってそんなことないでしょ。ガラスの扱いなんて初歩の初歩だもの。たった数分前に割れたガラスの修復なんてどこの学派でも入門試験みたいなものでしょ。
Reminds me of the XKCD comic where it's like experts in a field always overestimate the general public's experience in the courts, of course. Oh, really? I only know what my old man taught me, so I don't know any of that kind of stuff.
は？
Tasaka freezes. Crap, I think I've just said something I shouldn't have.
ちょっと待って。じゃあ何？エミヤ君は自分の工房の管理もできない半人前ってこと？
No, I don't have a workshop. I do have that shed where I train, but if I call that a workshop, I have a feeling I'll probably just make Tasaka.
まさかとは思うけど確認しとく。もしかしてあなた5大要素の扱いとかパスの作り方も知らない？
What in the goddamn fuck are you talking about? I nod honestly. Jeez, I'm scared. It's so intimidating seeing someone this beautiful being this silent.
何？じゃああなた素人？
Well, no, I can at least use strength in magecraft.
強化ってまた何とも半端なのを使うのね。で、それ以外はからっきしってわけ？
Probably. Her stare was so intense it hurt, so I wanted to be vague.
なんだってこんなやつにセイバーが呼び出されるのよ。まったく。
I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I do have a good idea of a stopping point. That makes me mad. It's not like I've been playing around. Sure, I'm inexperienced, but that's another matter entirely.
まあいいわ。もう決まったことに不平をこぼしても始まらない。そんなことより今は借りを返さないと。
Tasaka takes a breath.
それじゃあ話を始めるけど、エミヤ君、自分がどんな立場にあるのか分かってないでしょ。
I nod.
やっぱり。まあ一目で分かったけど、一応確認しとかないとね。知ってる相手に説明するなんて心の贅肉だし。
What does that mean? That's a weird way of putting it, but I stay quiet if only so she won't punch me.
率直に言うと、エミヤ君はマスターに選ばれたの。どっちかの手に成功があるでしょ。手の甲とか腕とか個人差はあるけど3つの例示が刻まれているはず。それがマスターとしての証よ。
On the back of my head. Oh, this?
そう。それはサーバントを律する呪文でもあるから大切にね。霊樹って言うんだけど、それがある限りはサーバントを従えていられるわ。
What do you mean as long as I have it?
霊樹は絶対命令権なの。サーバントの意志をねじ曲げて絶対に言いつけを守らせる呪文がその刻印よ。発動に呪文は必要なくて、あなたが霊樹を使用するって思えば発動するから。で、その霊樹がなくなったらエミヤ君は殺されるだろうから、せいぜい注意して。
Wait, I'll be killed?
そうよ。マスターが他のマスターを倒すのが聖杯戦争の基本だから。そうして他の6人を倒したマスターには望みを叶える聖杯が与えられるの。
What? Hold on. I don't understand what Tasaka's talking about at all. Like, about masters defeating other masters, and in the end, the winner gets the Holy Grail. So, by Holy Grail, does she mean the Holy Grail?
まだわからない？要するにね、あなたはあるゲームに巻き込まれたのよ。聖杯戦争っていう7人のマスターの生存競争。他のマスターを一人残らず倒すまで終わらない魔術師同士の殺し合いに。
Tasaka says this all plainly as if it were normal. Her words swirl around my head. I have been chosen as a master. Tasaka said she is a master. Familiars called servants, and the battle to the death called the Holy Grail War. Wait, what is that? What are you even talking about?
気持ちはわかるけど、私は事実を口にするだけよ。それに、あなただって心の底では理解しているんじゃない？一度ならず二度までもサーバントに殺されかけて、自分はもう逃げられない立場なんだって。
That is... Okay, that Lancer guy did almost kill me, but...
あ、違うわね。殺されかけたんじゃなくて、殺されたんだっけ？よく生き返ったわね、エミヤ君。
I wasn't almost killed. I really bit it. That's right. That guy with the spear killed me. The fact that I'm somehow alive should be even more surprising than this mess I'm in. That wound in my chest, the blood running, the forms fading, and the pure voice I heard there on the brink of death.
納得いった？とっくにあなたはそういう立場になってるのよ。何も分かってないからって逃げることなんてできないし、あなたも魔術師なら覚悟ぐらい決まってるでしょ。殺されるのが私たちだってね。
Tasaka's in a good mood. Maybe she likes seeing me so troubled. Sure, I've braced myself, but before that... Tasaka, how did you know about Lancer killing me? How does she know that?
少し調子に乗りすぎたか。
She's acting pretty suspiciously now.
今のはただの推測よ。つまんないことだから忘れなさい。
Right. It's not nothing. What happened to someone.
いいから、そんなことよりもっと自分の置かれた立場を知りなさいっての。あなたも7人のマスターの一人、聖杯戦争の主役なんだから。いい？この町では何十年かに一度7人のマスターが選ばれて、それぞれサーバントが与えられるの。マスターは斧が手足であるサーバントを行使して他のマスターを潰していく。これが聖杯戦争と呼ばれる儀式のルールよ。私もマスターに選ばれた一人だからサーバントと契約したし、あなただってセイバーと契約した。イミヤ君は自分でセイバーを呼び出したわけじゃなさそうだけど、もともとサーバントってのは聖杯が与えてくれる使い魔だからね。イミヤ君みたいに何も知らない魔術師がマスターになることだってありえるわ。
Tasaka's explanation is too specific. It doesn't feel real at all. There is one thing that I've been wondering about, though. Hold on, you said Saber's a familiar, right? But I can't bring myself to think that familiars are like cats or birds. But I hear there's some that use ghosts, but Saber has a body, plus, you know, she doesn't look like a familiar at all. I glanced at Saber. Saber is quietly listening to my conversation with Tasaka. She looks just like a human being. I don't know her identity, but she looks like a girl about my age.
使い魔ね。まあサーバントはその分類ではあるけど、位置づけは段違いよ。何しろそこにいる彼女はね、使い魔としては最強とされるゴーストライナーなんだから。
Ghost Liners, they are ghosts after all?
幽霊。似たようなものだけど、そんなもんと一緒にしたらセイバーに殺されるわよ。サーバントは受肉した過去の英雄、精霊に近い人間以上の存在なんだから。
Oh, you could call them heroic spirits. Heroes from the past that are given bodies?
そうよ。過去だろうが現代だろうが、とにかく死亡した伝説上の英雄をこう引っ張ってきてね、実体化させるのよ。まあ呼び出すまでがマスターの役割で、後の実体化は聖杯がしてくれるんだけどね。魂を形にするなんてのは一介の魔術師には不可能だもの。ここは強力なアーティファクトの力におんぶしてもらうってわけ。
Hold on, so a hero from the past means what? I look at Saber, so she was a hero too. Well, sure, there's no one dressed like that in the modern world, but still. That's impossible. I've never heard of such magecraft like that.
当然よ。これは魔術じゃないもの。あくまで聖杯による現象と考えなさい。そうでなければ魂を再現して固定化するなんてできるはずがない。
Replicate a soul, then a servant is different from a ghost.
違うわ。人間であれ動物であれ機械であれ、偉大な功績を残すと輪廻の枠から外されて一段階上に昇華するって話聞いたことない？ 英霊っていうのはそういう連中よ。要するに崇め立て祀られて疑似的な神様になった者たちなんでしょうね。高霊術とか口寄せとか、そういう一般的な霊を扱う魔術は彼らの力の一部を借り受けて奇跡を起こすでしょ。けどこのサーバントっていうのは英霊本体を直接連れてきて使い魔にする。だから基本的には霊体としてそばにいるけど、必要とあらば実体化させて戦わせられるってわけ。
So you can use them in a spirit form and give them a material body. So the guy who disappeared because disappeared because he turned into spirit form?
そう。今はここの家の屋根で外を見張ってるわ。
Why did your audio quality drop all of a sudden?
さっきの戦いで分かったと思うけど、サーバントを倒せるのは同じ霊体であるサーバントだけなの。そりゃ相手が実体化していればこっちの攻撃も当たるから、うまくすれば倒せるかもしれない。けどサーバントはみんな怪物じみてるでしょ。だから怪物の相手は怪物に任せて、マスターは後方支援をするっていうのがセオリーね。
Sokka's explanation offends me for some reason. I don't know about the other stars, but I don't want her calling Saber a monster.
とにかくマスターになった人間は召喚したサーバントを使って他のマスターを倒さなければならない。そのあたりは理解できた？
Hang on, I'm googling something. Technically, yes, but I'm not convinced. To begin with, who even started such a thing and for what?
それは私が知るべきことでもないし、答えてあげることでもない。そのあたりはいずれちゃんと聖杯戦争を監督しているやつに聞きなさい。私が教えてあげられるのはね、あなたはもう戦うしかなくて、サーバントは強力な使い魔だからうまく使えってことだけよ。
Sokka says this as she turns to look at Saber.
さて、エミヤ君から話を聞いた限りじゃ、あなたは不完全な状態みたいね、セイバー。マスターとしての心得がない魔術師見習いに呼び出されたんだから。
ええ、あなたの言う通り、私は万全ではありません。シローには私を実体化させる魔力がないため、霊体に戻ることも魔力の回復も難しいでしょ
う。驚いたわ。そこまでひどかったこともだけど、あなたが正直に話してくれるなんて思わなかった。どうやって弱みを聞き出そうかなって程度だったのに。
敵に弱点を見抜かれるのは不本意ですが、あなたの目は欺けそうにない。こちらの手札を隠しても意味はないでしょう。それならばあなたに知ってもらうことで、シローにより深く現状を理解してもらった方がいい。
正解。風格も十分と。もうますます惜しい。私がセイバーのマスターだったらこんな戦い勝ったも同然だったのに。
Sokka clenches her fist in frustration. Hey, Sokka, are you saying that I'm not fit to be our master?
当然でしょ、ヘッポコ。
Alright, well, fuck you too then. How about that? I'll set the quiet part out loud without hesitation. Heartless.
何？まだなんか質問があるの？
She doesn't even realize it either. The model student impression I had of her from school is crumbling apart. Yusei really knows what's up. Sokka really is a demon underneath it all.
さて、話がまとまったところでそろそろ行きましょうか。
And Sokka suddenly says something that doesn't make sense. Go where?
だからあなたが巻き込まれたこのゲーム、聖杯戦争をよく知っているやつに会いに行くの。エミヤ君、聖杯戦争の理由について知りたいんでしょ？
Okay, of course, but where is that? It's already late, so we shouldn't go that far.
大丈夫。隣町だから急げば夜明けまでには帰ってこれるわ。それに明日は日曜なんだから別に夜更かししてもいいじゃない。
I'm not really worried about that. I'm just tired from everything that happened today, so I want to rest and organize my thoughts.
何？行かないの？もうエミヤ君がそう言うんならいいけど、セイバーは
Sokka asks Saber her opinion for some reason. Hold on, Saber has nothing to do with this. Don't pressure her.
もうマスターとしての自覚はあるんだ。私がセイバーと話すのは嫌？
It's not it. It's just that if you were saying what you're saying is true, then Saber is a hero from the past, but you wouldn't know how to get around this day and age. That's why.
シロ、それは違う。サーバントは人間の世であるのならあらゆる時代に適応します。ですからこの時代のこともよく知っている。
Wait, really?
もちろんこの時代に呼び出されたのも一度ではありませんから。
What?
嘘、どんな確率よそれ。
Oh, Tasaka's surprised too. Sword Saber is saying is must be truly incredible.
シロ、私は彼女に賛成です。あなたはマスターとして知識がなさすぎる。あなたと契約したサーバントとしてシロには強くなってもらわなければ困ります。
Saber looks at me silently. Her gaze was gentle, as if to say that she was worried not for herself but for me. Alright, I'll go then. So where's this place, Tasaka? It's somewhere close enough where we can get back, right?
もちろん。行き先は隣町の琴峰教会。そこがこの戦いを監督してるエセ神父の居所よ。
Oh, so we're just flatly admitting it this time. Tasaka makes a devious smile. Looks like she's having fun having me wrapped around her finger. Call me crazy, but I feel like something is wrong with her personality. I will end this video here, and I will pick up with this on Friday. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.